everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shub and you people are watching my channel Shubar Info. In this video we are going to learn about reproduction in plants. This is the first part of this video, class 7th. So without wasting time, let us begin with the video. The first thing that we are going to discuss is about reproduction. So what is reproduction? In simple terms, reproduction when an organism reproduces itself. Okay, when it produces young ones of their own kind are known as the reproduction, right? They are only called as reproduction, that process. Okay, now why is reproduction necessary? So reproduction is not at all necessary for the survival of the individuals, but it is for that organism organism can reproduce. If the reproduction will not be there, then their more children's and their children's will not be there. Okay, so because of that only, and if they will not reproduce, then that species would be extinct. So that is why this reproduction task is going on. If we talk about reproduction, then there are two types of reproduction. First one is the asexual reproduction and second one is the sexual reproduction. So what is asexual reproduction? Asexual reproduction, it is a kind of reproduction in which only a single parent is involved. Okay, and they only create their offsprings. For example, the amoeba, hydra, yeast, etc. And they are also there. Asexual reproduction is also there in different forms, like the budding. First form is budding, second fragmentation, and third is spore formation. So now let us just take a brief information about budding, fragmentation and spore formation. So what is budding? Budding, it is a process in which, or it is a process that is only and only seen in the organisms that are single celled, like yeast. And what happens? They create a small bulb-like structure. That bulb-like structure is known as bud. When that bud grows properly, then it detaches itself from the parent cell. What it does, it detaches itself to live its own life. So this process is only known as budding. Let's look into some pictures of budding. So this is a picture or figure of a parent cell which is creating a new bud with the formation of budding, means by the process of budding. So first of all, these parent cells, what they do, from their body they give some features to a small bulb-like structure. This is known as a bud. This structure is known as a bud. Okay, then that bud grows and it forms a new daughter cell. Okay, it forms a daughter cell which has same features like its parent cell. So this is only the process of budding. Second is fragmentation. So what is a fragmentation? These fragmentations are seen in algae like Oscillatoria and Spirogera. They are only seen in algae. Okay, now what happened in this? In this, the body of the parent organisms, what happened? The body of the parent organisms are breaking into, means they break into fragments. The body of the parents get broken down into fragments, and that fragments, each fragment which will be broken down can grow to function as a new individual. If we say, then fragmentation is nothing, it is just a process of asexual reproduction in which the parent cell breaks into different fragments and they form a new individuals. These fragmentations are seen in Spirogera and also in Oscillatarias. Next is spore formation. So what is spore formation? Now before spore formation, what are spores? Spores are tiny and spherical single-celled bodies, right? They are tiny, very tiny, spherical and single-celled bodies that produce for the purpose of reproduction. Now what happened? They are produced. These spores, they are produced by the specialized structures of the plant body. There are plants like different what is fern, or let us just take a rhizome. What is a rhizome? Rhizome is a plant. Okay, in a rhizome there is a very different type of formation of leaves and all. On that they are having spore producing structures, right? There are spore producing structures. So that spore producing structures, what they do, they become dormant. What they are doing, they are becoming dormant in harsh weathers, and they grow into a new plant under their favorable conditions. When they like the climate, when they are fine with the conditions that are there near them, then they grow properly wheresoever they want. Okay, and these are basically mosses, ferns and fungi. The next thing that we are going to discuss is about vegetative propagation. We are not discussing the sexual reproduction right now because it is basically based on the vegetative propagation only. So before starting the sexual reproduction, let us just discuss about vegetation propagation. So what is vegetative propagation? It is a process. Okay, it is only and only a process which is there in new plants. Okay, before the definition, let's take an example. Suppose I want to grow a strawberry plant. If I want to grow a strawberry plant, or let us just take a onion. Let us just take an onion. So how I can grow it? How I can grow that onion? Okay, suppose let us just take only and only a potato. So we have seen that potato, after a long time, if I have kept a potato somewhere in a fridge or in any basket also, it forms small plant like structures on it. To them we call eyes. After that eyes grow properly, what we can do, we can just plug those eyes and put them in the soil. After that it will grow into some days, right? We will give water to that plant, we will do it all the favors which it wants, right? Then this process only means we are reproducing with that one potato only, right? And on that potato maybe that there are many eyes, right? So this type of reproduction is only known as vegetative propagation. And these propagation, vegetative propagation, can take place with two methods. One is natural and other is artificial means. So we'll be discussing first about natural method. What is in natural method? In this, what happened in the nature, there are many plants. There are most of the plants that reproduce, like runners, stolons, offsets, tubers. I have given you one example of tubers, right? A potato tuber. So with the natural method, what happened? The plants can grow. In nature, there are many plants, and most of the plants reproduce vegetatively with the help of stems, roots or leaves. Okay, and there are many examples of it. Suppose if I want to grow it with stem, from stem, what we'll do? New plants can grow either from horizontal stem or from underground stems also. Examples of these are runners, stolons, offsets and suckers. And examples of these are also written with you, right? Their examples are also written, so you can have a look on them also. So the examples of the plants that are growing from the stems are runners, stolons, offsets and suckers. And there are many plants that have underground stems also, like the tubers, bulbs, rhizomes and corm. I have given you one example of tuber, that was a potato, right? I have told you that on the potato the eyes grow up and then we can put it into the soil and then it will also grow into a stem properly. Now next method is artificial method. So what is in this? So what is an artificial method? Artificial method is the process of vegetative propagation only that happens from the artificial condition to form a new plants. So these means examples or the steps which are there for vegetative propagation are cutting, grafting, layering and one more, tissue culture. So we'll be also talking about these things later in the further videos. Okay, my next video will be of these things only. After this, we have advantages of vegetative propagation. So what are the advantages of vegetative propagation? So there are many advantages of vegetative propagation. First advantage is, if any person likes to grow plant, then it is really very, vegetative propagation is really very useful for them, because they can grow a large quantities of new plants in a very short time. Okay. Second advantage, the newly produced plants have the exact characteristics as that of their parent plant. So there is no change between them. The parent cell also means the parent plant also, and in their child plant also, both are same without any defect in them. Third, it is easy to reproduce new varieties of plants with the required characters. So with the vegetative propagation, it is really very easy to reproduce. Okay. Fourth, fruits without seeds, disease and drought resistant plants can be produced using these methods. So the fruits without the fruits which are there on the plants without the seeds can also be produced very easily using these methods. So in this video, we have discussed first about reproduction. What is reproduction? It is the process by which living organisms can produce young ones of their own kind. Okay. Second, we have discussed about asexual reproduction, budding, fragmentation, spore formation, and we have also discussed about vegetative propagation with their natural method and artificial methods, and with their advantages also. So that's all in this video. Thank you all for watching. In the next video, we'll be discussing about sexual reproduction of flowers, structure of flowers, etc. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you and have a nice day ahead. And if you have any doubt, please comment me below. Thank you.